we can go ahead and jump into this lovely, fantastic episode of Fashionably Broke Podcast. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast. And I know I've been saying that every single time I've introed, but I mean, it's the truth, so I just can't help it. We're on episode 82, and today I counted, and if we don't take any time off other than Christmas Day, or actually Christmas Day, our 100th episode will be on the 1st.
Shut up.
Yeah, so it'll be our 2 years 100th episode. So we just can't take any time off.
No,
from
there's no way.
Here until then. But it's literally January 1st is on a Wednesday for our 2 years. So we have to just keep going. No more breaks, guys. We're gonna just power through somehow. I already know that something's probably going to come up where, someone's going to be out of town, but we're just going to have to suck it up.
No, we're just going to, 2 episodes 1 week. I mean, we're going to have to do something because that's just too great to, mess up and just starting 2025 off like that. And let me just say, 25 is my favorite number, my lucky number.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
That's so random.
Yeah, 25 has been my number since, middle school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mine has been
crazy you didn't know
7.
That. Oh, lucky 7.
Yeah. I know. When I come to visit, we should go get a tattoo.
Yeah, I would love to, if we have time.
and the funds, because I don't have the funds.
How about on our? Maybe we'll probably spend New Year's together. I hope we do. And
yeah,
we can get a tattoo
I think we'll have to. Which I'm so down to just come to Fort Worth because everything in Nashville is insane. Insanely expensive.
Our 100th episode can be in person, obviously.
Yeah. On New Year's. I'm dead. But hey guys, welcome back. So happy to have you guys here, and as always, let's start off with our highs and lows. Kassidy, any highs and lows from this week? A little weekend recap. I know that you had a pretty fun weekend.
Yeah, I got to go home, live the lake life. Kristen came home with me.
So jealous.
For literally the first time ever. I don't know how we've been friends for all this time and she's never been home with me.
Really?
Yeah, she just met my parents at the rooftop. That was the first time they've ever met.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane, actually.
Yeah. Yes, my parents were so excited to meet her, so excited to have her, this past weekend. But it was just a nice reset. It was so relaxing, so chill. We were on no time frame, no nothing. Yeah, so that was nice. So that was definitely a high. Another high, I don't know if y'all saw my Instagram story this past weekend. I can really start to see Invisalign working.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm loving it, and I'm so excited to see how the rest of it goes. I'm only 7 weeks in, so I'm halfway through. I have a 14-week treatment or whatever you want to call it. So I'm holy cow, how much better can they get when there's already such a huge difference to me? So that's definitely a high. My low, I say this all the time, probably once a month. I miss posting on TikTok. I miss doing vlogs. I miss posting all the time on Instagram. I've just been in a rut. But yeah, I don't know. But I want to get back into it some way, somehow, some sort. I don't know. Hopefully the time will just pass and we'll be back on it and it will be fun and I will have some kind of creativity going to my head. Right now I just feel like a bump on a log and that I literally can't think past 5 p.m. once I get off work. I'm I literally can't even form a sentence right now.
Yeah, no, that's, I feel that 100%. I get home and I don't want to do a single goddamn thing.
Yeah, and I think that's just being in a new role, learning so much. I was so comfortable. I knew my old job like the back of my hand. And now I get home and I'm like, I'm setting my phone down. No one speak to me.
Yeah.
Nobody talk to me. I can't do this right now.
No, I mean, shit, I feel that. It's like if I'm not working, like, God, if I'm not working or if I'm not working on the podcast stuff, I'm like, I don't care. Like, I always think I'm like, I'm going to do it another day. I'm going to do it another day. Like, to literally anything, whether it be like posting on social media, whether it be like doing like cleaning, doing laundry. I'm like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll just do it tomorrow. Like, I need today. And I'm like, I can't keep doing that because it's literally like not good.
Yeah, no, I feel that. So I'm really trying to, get back in the groove, get back in the, I don't know, just be bubbly. I don't know what's been going on lately.
Oh,
I don't know.
No, I feel you all on that as well. Being bubbly and like not, I've just been like, meh. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. All I do is sigh all day long.
Literally me, I'm like, check the time. I'm like,
oh, God. Like all day long, that's all I do. And people look at me like, what's your problem? And I'm like, I don't know. Everything is my problem.
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Please don't worry about me right now. But that's probably my other high is this shirt.
Love it.
And I just this is my personality now, and I absolutely love it. And I will probably be wearing this at least once a week.
Slay.
So I'm going to get my money's worth. That's for sure.
No, exactly. If you're just listening and not watching, Kassidy got the sickest shirt. It's the 1-800-BOYS LIE, which I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I've always been obsessed with them, and I've never pulled the trigger of actually getting something.
God.
And then I just saw it in person, and I was like, God, I just need if I think any longer, I'm going to put it back on the shelf. So I'm buying it right now.
Good. I'm so glad that you did.
Yeah, me too. But your highs and lows, your weekend, I know hoping it was a pretty chill weekend for you.
Yeah, I didn't do dick. My ass didn't leave the couch. So
as you should.
No. Honestly, okay, so my low is probably I didn't do shit this weekend yet. I'm so tired. I don't know why. Which, I didn't do shit this weekend, and there was definitely things that I needed to do. But didn't do them. Anywho. High. High. I feel like I had a really good one, and now I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. So I'm just going to say hi. I didn't do anything this weekend because I was thinking about it. The past month, I have been out of town pretty much 3 weekends in a row. There was one weekend, the weekend before I went to New Orleans, I was at home, but I did a concert. I went to a concert. I went out the night before. I had a full packed weekend. And right. So this weekend, I literally, when I say I did not leave the couch, I woke up and I walked downstairs and then I laid on the couch.
Dude, sometimes those are the best times, but it is I feel like it is a proven fact. If I do nothing all weekend, come Monday,
you're tired.
I'm exhausted because my body's so used to doing nothing.
Yeah, which, Kassidy, I don't think that you've ever done nothing, ever in your entire life, okay? No, I was, determined. I did have to take care of my friend Anna's dogs. She had to, take a last-minute trip. And that's, the only time I got up and, did something. So she lives pretty close to where I work. So I mean it was kind of a drive, but I basically just got up, got her dogs, and then Saturday night I was okay, well I'm already out. So I'll just pick up pizza on my way home. So brought back pizza, but I binge watched the brand new season. Well, I say brand new season. So Emily in Paris dropped. I guess that's my high. All right. Emily in Paris season 4 part 1 dropped. I watched the whole thing in 2 hours. I think it was 2 hours. I don't really know. I lost track of time. But
is that possible?
The episodes are super short.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think
What do you mean?
I don't think that the episodes are an hour. So, watched
Probably 30 minutes for sure.
Yeah.
Those short ones get you, man.
Yeah, so I watched the whole part 1. So now I'm like itching for the second part to come out because it was so good. And my boyfriend and I are rewatching Dexter. So I like am now down that rabbit hole because I never finished
Hell
it.
no.
I never finished it in college, so I literally did not do a single thing.
I need to find like a TV series. I've been like itching to find a good one, but my issue is I find a good one and I binge watch it in like 2 days. And then I'm like, all right, that's done and over with.
See, that's the thing is like that's how I like have to do TV because I lose interest so fast.
Me as well.
So fast that it's like I'm surprised. Like I'm so shocked. I've kept up with like Emily in Paris and like Bridgerton because
See, I fell off Emily in Paris like season 2.
See, I love it so much because it is like they're fast episodes. Like it's very lighthearted that I can like watch it and like get it over with, and like it's not like a super long like dragged out episode where there's like slow moments because like that's when I like lose interest. That's when I get up and like start doing something. And like
me as well.
You know, so it's like you can tell like it catches my attention for long enough that like I'm good and I can watch it. So
yeah, that's fair.
I recommend you picking it back up because the first part was so good. So like the first part of season 4. So I'm excited for the second part.
Okay, maybe that is something that I have to get back into because I need to watch something.
I'm
bored.
Yeah, I mean, and two, I was like also just trying like not to be on my phone. I mean, not that I was like trying to, but I was just like, okay, I know this just sounds like such a lazy person thing. Like, first world problems. I'm like, half the time I just like sit on my phone, like on TikTok with like, not like, I'm literally just on my phone. So it's like, okay, I don't really want to be on my phone. So, I mean, I was focusing my attention on a bigger screen. But I mean, I never have the chance to like catch up on, you know, certain shows. So, and like I watched Uptown Girls for the first time, and I've been like dying to watch that. So, like I like put my time to good use, sort of watching TV. But I didn't do anything else. So, that was my weekend.
Okay, yay. I'm glad you had a weekend to like chill out. You definitely needed it. You were on the move and you're about to be on the move again.
I know.
Don't get too comfy.
About to be on the move again. About to be traveling a whole lot again in September. So there's that.
The best month of all time.
Your birthday month. Everybody, Kassidy's birthday is coming up in like 2 weeks. 2 weeks basically. So keep your eye out.
No, I'm so excited. So we'll talk about B-Day the closer it gets.
Yeah.
But I think it's time to jump into our topics. It's just a lot of pop culture.
Yes.
But I'm so excited to talk about literally all of this. Like I can't wait to get into it.
Amen, sister. Okay, first things first is I want to hit on, so if you are in college and you're going through this right now, how exciting, but I want to talk about sorority recruitment TikTok and just like how insane it is, because I know for sure when we were in college, we were like, when we started workshop for sorority recruitment, we were not allowed on social media. We weren't allowed to post a single thing, not even like on our stories. We had to literally go ghost mode for 2 weeks. And then Alabama TikTok started happening, like a good couple of years ago, and started like blowing up on TikTok. And then I feel like slowly chapters and like schools were letting sororities like actively post. And like, holy shit, when I tell you, like, our experiences doing recruitment are so different to like what they do now. It's insane, because I mean, like, not only like I've obviously been following like LSU Zeta, but like I've been following all of them, just like keeping up. Obviously, it's just been all over TikTok. When I tell you, I showed up to work week looking absolutely atrocious. No makeup, baggy t-shirt, shorts, like literally looking disgusting. These girls are wearing like cute ass outfits, full face of makeup. And I'm like, y'all are like sitting working at the house for hours. And then next week you're about to have to be doing full face dresses, heels, all of that. I'm like, I would still be coming like looking ugly as hell.
It has gotten so insane.
Insane.
Just how it makes me feel like a little grandmother when I'm looking back at my recruitment time. Obviously, me and Maddie had two very different scenarios. Maddie went to a huge school, a huge sorority life. Yes, I was in a sorority, but it was much, much smaller where I went. But even like looking back now, so Maddie was a Zeta, I was an Alpha Gamma Delta. Like, still to this day, Alpha Gamma Delta is very strict.
Really?
On what we can post, what we can wear during work week, what we can wear in recruitment, what our bid day theme is. Like, almost all bid days have to be Alpha Gamma Delta related. We can't do like a big huge theme most of the time, and like if we do, it like takes 5 ever to get everything approved. Yeah. So just like seeing sororities now, and I'm just like, how is that allowed? Literally, how is that allowed? And then I also look at all, obviously, like the TikToks, the dancing, like the five girls in front dancing. I'm like, well, I know for damn sure I would not be in the front. My ass would be way in the back. Just woo.
Well, and so my senior year, I guess, we like the rules had kind of changed, but it wasn't to like the extent of what it is now. But like I think it was my senior year. We were allowed to like post, like as a chapter, we were allowed to kind of post what we were doing to like slowly introduce, like the integration, so that people can also see like what it's like for the sorority girls, like, during the time period, like, eventually it'll be them. And so we did post like this one dancing video, but it wasn't even really like a dancing video. And it was to like swag surfing. And like that was fun. But like when I tell you, like, and two, okay, we used to have like themes during like work week, which like I feel like a lot of the times like most sororities do.
Right.
So, but this is where things are different, because I've been looking at like the LSU Zeta, which again, shout out to my sisters. Love y'all still so much. Like, love y'all so much. And also just go Zeta. But there was one year, it was like my senior year, so I was a bump master, so like I was like a group leader. And during workshop, it was like Disney X Games themed. I think it was something like that. So we were like assigned like Disney characters. Me and Taylor were goddamn Zach and Cody. Like we showed up like in like cargo shorts like that went past our knees and like wigs to like look like boys.
But have you seen a lot of the sororities that are going like full costume?
Okay, yeah, I have. But I feel like that there are some sororities out there that are like that. Like LSU had a lot of chapters that were like out there like that, where they're just like full weird, like we're just gonna go like strange, which like I sometimes it's just like who the chapters are, but
yeah,
it's just like so crazy to me, because if I just like I feel like if I would have shown up like to sorority recruitment like work week now, and it's like I'm not expected because they don't have to, but like I'm showing up like a full going out outfit to like some of these things, I'm like, what? Or like Kaylin Darnell, the one who's like, she basically invented outfit of the day.
Yeah.
Her costumes,
all out.
It's like crazy. And I'm like, you cannot tell me you're sitting on the floor during workshop while you're being yelled at by the other girls to be like, you need to bounce and clap louder, but like, sing louder, whatever, in a goddamn corset for like 13 hours? No.
There's no way. There has to be 2 hours for content time, and that's why you dress up, and that's why you get your content, and then you go in the house and change.
Well,
there's no way.
I was about to say, that's another thing too. Like they're carving out time for content.
100% they are.
To me, again, it's just crazy because we worked from sun up to sundown, went home.
You put your phone in a box, and you don't get it till this is over.
Yes, like then you get home, get 5 hours of sleep, maybe, and then you wake up and you do it all over again.
Yeah, no, it's gotten absolutely insane. But something I was like, I don't want to say shocked by. That sounds bad, which it's not bad. This is like very cool. And I want to talk to like someone who's in like an active in Alpha Gam at Tarleton, but apparently they had Poppy and Good Molecules sponsor them, and like they all got poppies delivered, and like everyone got Good Molecules, and they're like posting pictures like all over Instagram, being like, "Thanks, Poppy. Thank you, Good Molecules," and I'm like, what? Like, is this a thing now? Like,
could you imagine brands sponsoring goddamn Rush?
No. I could barely afford the Red Bull I needed. Like,
that's
what it would be like to be drinking Poppy throughout the day.
I mean, that's amazing. And like, all this to say, I'm not shitting on sororities. I'm not shitting on sorority girls. Like,
I'm jealous. I want to live this now.
Yes, I am so jealous. Like, I'm telling you, it was the best years of my life. And not everyone has that same experience, but like if you do, like it's something that like you cherish for the rest of your life. Yeah. And just like sorority recruitment was my favorite. That was my favorite part of being in a sorority, because like that is the only chance you basically ever get where every single person in your chapter is in the same room, like working together. Everyone's mingling with different people throughout the chapter that they don't know. Like, God, it was the best time of my entire life, and I would literally sell my soul right now to go back. I would.
Oh, I've been telling everyone, I've been, sending these videos, or even like people moving into their dorm, and I'm like, I would actually do anything to relive this.
Anything
to go back and relive this. It was like, looking back, it's crazy because in the moment you never know what you freaking have. And yes, was recruitment stressful as hell? I was recruitment chair, and the next year I was president. Yeah, I wanted to rip my freaking hair out.
But it was so amazing.
I hated so many people at that time. Disliked so many people at that time. But like, looking back, I would do it all again. Like, oh my God, it just makes you, not to get like deep or anything, but it really makes you realize like how much of a college or how much of a sorority had an impact on your life, and the friends you made and the lessons you learned and the trials and tribulations, like through it all. Like, I would do it all again in a heartbeat.
Oh my God, 100%. And like, to anyone that, even if you're like not going to college yet, but next year, and you're like on the fence, because I know a lot of people are on the fence about like joining a sorority, because sorority life and like Greek life is different on every campus. I always like encourage a person to like explore the options, because like it truly did like change my life, and in like the best way possible, because like you like it, you're joining a club basically, and like you're meeting people of all sorts of walks of life, and like you might not be friends with everyone, because like chapters, no matter what school, are still pretty large, and so like you're not friends with everyone, but like you have the opportunity to interact with all of these girls, and like you take stuff, like you're taking something away during each interaction, and like, oh God, I just so love it. I would do anything. I would truly do anything.
No. Me as well. And I'm just like, God, these girls, like, live your life, have the best time years of your life, because you will never get this back.
No, you really won't. And I mean, like, I can't even imagine like being in a sorority now with like everything that they're doing, and I'm jealous. I am jealous.
Yeah.
Because it just looks so much fun.
It looks so fun. It looks amazing. I mean, even if it's not fun behind closed doors, it does not look like that.
They're for sure like crying and like yelling at each other. It happens every year. But like
every year,
the tears are worth it.
Mm-hmm.
The tears are worth it.
You will look back, like, you won't even think about the tears. You won't even think about like,
how much your feet hurt, how bad your throat hurts. You can't talk. You're sick as a dog. That doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. That does not matter.
No. Everyone gets so sick.
So sick. Oh, I would do it all over again.
Me too. It makes me sad.
Let's go back. We should be a house mom.
Oh my god. Actually, I think I'm about to join like our obviously like we have like an we have like an alumni, what do you call it? Like
group
organization, I guess. But then we also have like advisors, and they need some advisors for the chapter. And I'm real close to doing it, but I'm like
I think that like if there's ever like one day where I'm like old and I'm a widow and I am like retired, I think I would be a house mom.
That would be so cool. I wish we had houses. That would be nice, but Stephenville's still living in like the 1400s, so
one day.
Because it's considered a brothel.
Basically, cool. It's just like a glorified dorm. It was really cool. But I mean, I never lived in the house, so I can't like say much. I don't think I would have.
Do you regret not living in the house?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think, because like I lived in the dorms and then I went straight into an apartment. So it's like I had like privacy. And I could invite whoever I wanted over. But I spent like a lot of time at the house still, like not living there. But I don't know. It's like I go back and forth because I have a lot of friends that like lived in their sorority houses. I just don't know. I think if I would have had to do it like sophomore year, and then like I probably would have moved out.
Yeah. It's I don't know if I would want to do it. That's a lot.
It's a lot. It really, truly is a lot.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
I feel like no one really ever had like any crazy problems, to my knowledge. Again, I had friends. I mean, Lily lived in Zeta for almost 3 years. I think.
Oh my god, really?
It was her senior year she moved out. So sophomore, 2 years. She lived there 2 years. I'm pretty sure she even like. No, I can't remember if she moved out of her dorm early so she could move into Zeta. But I mean, I pretty much just went to Zeta to like study. Yeah. And then like obviously you have chapter there and like just different events, but when I like really started to take school seriously, I was literally there every single day studying, which was nice because like free snacks did help.
Yeah.
And you could like
be amazing.
Go crash on the couch if you needed to and then like wake up and like study more. That was pretty nice.
Okay. We love a studying queen.
Yeah.
A girl who cares about her grades.
Yeah. Care about your grades, kids. Study.
Exactly that.
Study.
Exactly.
But enough about sorority recruitment. One thing I want to talk about is just like, okay, to me, my mind is just like truly blown. So, very demure. Am I saying that right? Demure.
So I think they say demure, but I say like demure because I feel
like I said demure and then someone corrected me today. So I was like, okay, very demure. I mean, it's spelled demure.
Yeah, I guess demure.
it's insane just how quickly this trend is spreading and catching on. I've seen it at everyone's caption. Like, at this point, I'm kind of starting to question, like, are we brainwashed?
Oh, absolutely. Social media has absolutely freaking taken over. And what's even more crazy is that, like, how they find these people so fast and how they are already with, like, Patrick Tall, like, getting their makeup done, doing this, doing that. And I'm like, didn't they not just post, like, 2 days ago?
It's insane.
But yeah, it spread like wildfire. And, like, I was even having... Like, I hadn't even seen the original creator yet. I was just seeing everyone else. Okay. And I was like, where did this come from?
So, I feel like I saw that video, like, weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Really? And I was like, okay, like, haha, whatever. And I was like, I don't even know what that means, but sure. And then I saw another video of, like, the two girls eating the sandwich. And they're like, you see how I eat this sandwich? Very demure, very cutesy. Very mindful. And then, like, I feel like that's when it, like, started to, like, really take off. But I was like, there was, like, a couple of weeks from, like, when I saw the original and then to this insane trend where I'm like, what happened in those 2 weeks? Because all of a sudden it was like, boom, everyone was on it.
Yeah, that's crazy because I had never seen the original, but it just proves that, like, all it takes is one video.
Video.
And, like, sometimes saying the most simplest things. Like, it's nothing crazy or I mean, of course, yeah, Demure, like, haven't heard it, had to Google that one.
Well, and what's insane is, okay, growing up, you probably didn't, but did you ever watch The Nanny? Where she's like, Fran, like, she talks like, like, very nasally, and she was a nanny. Obviously, it's called The Nanny. Like, her name was like Fran the nanny. And so, okay, she had like a really annoying voice. Well, I saw a clip that like Peacock or someone released because like that's where you can stream The Nanny. And she, back in the goddamn 90s, she was like, oh, so demure. Like, so demure. And I'm like, okay, so this is like a word. This is a word that has been in the dictionary for years, huh?
I mean, just by the way they were saying it, like, I could, context clues, I could, like,
modest,
put together what it was meaning. But, like, that's just so crazy that I've never heard that word in my entire life. And
until
it's actually,
now.
Like, from so far back, and it's been used, like, multiple times since then.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
But
never would have known. Thanks, TikTok.
All this to say is I also cannot stop saying it, so...
Yeah, no, I say it jokingly with my friends all the time. Like, they'll send a photo, and I'm like, very demure, cutesy, very mindful.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's gonna be...
I'm brainwashed.
I'm 10,000% brainwashed. It's like the new sleigh. Like, it's going to now be fully integrated into every single person's vocabulary.
Yeah, and it's just so crazy that tens of thousands of people can say it, but it only sticks like when one person posts about it.
What the hell is that?
It's like, how? And like, what do I need to say for my video to go viral? That's the real question of all this.
I don't know.
Help?
No, I seriously don't know, because like when I say, and I know like you feel the same, like I feel like I was born to like be in the spotlight, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. Like, I am a natural born star. When is stardom gonna find me? Because I'm waiting. I'm here. I'm waiting. I'm ready. Lights, camera, action. When is it my time?
God's waiting for me to get a boyfriend until my starlit time is here. I know that. That's why he's holding me back.
Why?
Because he said, follow your dreams. You're almost there. Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams.
It's coming.
It's coming. I mean, it goddamn better be. Because I'm here. I'm waiting.
Yeah. No.
Patiently.
One day.
Demurely. I'm kidding.
That was kind of good.
I don't think that's like even the proper term. Okay, no. But no, it truly is just insane, like how fast like things can catch on. And, like, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, are we, like, living and, like, is this, like, the real life? Or, like, is this some sort of, like, simulation? Like, are we going through some sort of test? Because the way that this shit has caught on is, like, insane. Insane.
Yeah.
And I just don't, like, the past year and a half, when shit goes viral, it is, like, viral. And it just blows my mind.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, all it takes is one video to anyone doing content creation. One stupid thing you say, one funny thing you say, and
well, it's like Brat.
It
was like the Brat. It was Brat and like the Brat dance. And now it's Demure. Like what? It's insane.
But what's crazy is give it a few months and it's going to be something new. But what is that new thing? What can you say that's going to stick like that? That's going to go viral?
I don't know.
I'll be thinking. I'll be pondering.
I'm dead.
I'll be drafting something up.
I am dead. Okay, another thing I just want to quickly mention is it is confirmed. Freaky Friday 2 is happening, and they're filming it right now.
Yeah, so they're already in the film process. I think for a few months now. I think this got posted a few months ago that they were, all seen in their trailers, getting ready to start filming. Obviously, we all grew up on Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very excited for this, but I'm also nervous that it's been a little too long to, like...
No, I think it's going to be good.
Hit like it used to.
I think it's going to be so good because Lindsay Lohan is back. She is back.
Yeah.
She's back. She looks phenomenal. Okay? Freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
And I like how the main characters are staying who they were. I think if they didn't, then it would be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
But like since they are the main characters that started out, I think it's gonna be really good. But I need to like rewatch Freaky Friday. Like I've like forgotten everything.
Oh my god, I feel like I watched it like a good couple of months ago, but I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm so excited, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'll definitely be watching that. Is it coming to movie theaters or is it like streamed?
It's probably... I feel like I can never tell what's going to go to the theaters and what's going just straight on to streaming.
I know. I'm going to say movie theater. I'm going to go with movie theater.
Honestly, it better be.
I love a good movie.
Me
Popcorn,
too.
Dr. Pepper.
Me too.
Candy.
Me too.
But, okay, moving on. Have you seen It Ends With Us?
I have not seen it.
Okay. So, obviously, there's a bunch of controversy going on with Blake Lively and the lead guy. What's his
Justin
real name?
Baldoni.
Thank you. And Blake Lively is getting a lot of hate. Personally, to me, it seems like for the first time. But it's coming to light that like, a lot of people hate her.
It is for the first time because she has never before done a full press tour. This is like the first time she is going on carpet, doing interview after interview. She's doing like just a ton of press for the movie. Okay. And people are very shocked on like some of her behavior, just like what she's saying, blah blah blah, and just like almost her personality because the world's never seen it before. Because like obviously her career took off for Gossip Girl, and she met Ryan Reynolds doing Green Lantern. Well, all of that press stuff was like paparazzi shots, pretty much. Like no like hardcore interviews, nothing like that. So this is like the first time that like I feel like the world is truly like seeing and like hearing from her. And I love her. I will always love her. And I think that she is like 100% style icon, whatever. But I've never seen the movie. I have not read the book, but I know the premise and like certain themes in the that are in the book and in the movie. And I know it's not the entire movie. It's only like a tiny little bit. Like it's only a tiny little theme throughout the series. Correct?
I wouldn't say that.
No, is it like pretty prominent?
Yeah, I would say it's mostly the entire book and in bits and pieces, of course. Like, but it's throughout. It's the main storyline of the book.
I get like her stance. Again, you probably can talk more on it if you want. I get her stance on like, okay, like let's focus on the rom-com aspect. Like let's, bring your girlfriends. Like it's like a girls movie, girl power, all of that. But I just don't think that her PR and like her media strategy is going about it the right way. I fully think that she should have come on really strong with girl power and like let's talk about resources first. I think that should have been her strategy, is like resources. Like obviously like this movie has strong themes of TV in it. And then I think, after like heavily going in on the like here's everything that like you need to know if you're struggling, or like, everything you need to know. Right. Then we can talk, like it is a fun movie. Like it's something like you should go see with your girlfriends. Like, I think that they did reverse and people are not happy.
Yeah. So I read the book and I watched the movie. I love Blake Lively. But this movie, like her press tour and all of this has really kind of rubbed me
the wrong way,
because in the past she seemed so girl power, stand up for what's right. I have 3 daughters, stand up for what's right. We're making this future for them.
Yeah. And it's
like none of that is lining up with
with like what she releases online, which I did see like a video, and it was like, okay, some of the most powerful women in today's society are Taylor Swift, Beyonce, like Blake Lively, all of that. But it's because they 100% control their narrative, because they don't do PR, they don't do interviews, if they're on a red carpet, they go straight in. Like they take their pictures, right. They don't take any interviews. All the public knows is everything that they release themselves. So it's like, Blake Lively has released this image of her, curated through her social media and like basically through what she lets the public know. And through pictures, it's a lot different. Like we had one perspective and now we're like hearing her talk. Like she's opened her mouth and it is completely not what everyone envisioned. And I do think that she has said a lot of stupid things that I don't know if she'll ever like truly be able to come back from it. Yeah. When, there's like 2 things that come to mind when, they're like talking about the movie and like the themes, and she, basically says like the styles, like her security blankets, and that her like $1,000 rings are like her favorite thing, and like those are like her security blanket. And she's like, oh, man, I wish I was into Snuggies or something cheaper, but I'm not. And then the other one, when the guy was, like, kind of talking about, like, oh, how can fans, almost, like, connect through you, about domestic violence. And she's like, oh, I can just share my location with them. How about that? And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
We didn't need the sarcasm.
It's almost like something on, which I know there have been rumors that something on set happened between everyone, and people were taking sides, and it's almost giving like she doesn't give a shit about what she's saying, because like she doesn't want this movie to do well. What's his name again?
Justin Baldoni.
Like,
because
she doesn't want it to do well in his name, because he was the director behind all of this. And
see, the thing is people are starting to take his side over hers, making her look like the piece of shit, because he's taking certain interviews and he is solely only talking about the domestic violence piece, about how, there's never an excuse for men to like abuse their partner. Like domestic violence shouldn't be a thing. Like, and he wants people to like watch this movie and like learn take away from it of like what not to do. And it's like, how can you not side with him? Granted, no one knows what went down behind the scenes, other than the fact that like it's everything that's coming out is not pointing towards like Blake's side.
Yeah, and I just don't think she thought it was going to go that way. I think she's been on a very high horse of her. Just her and Ryan Reynolds are obviously both very successful people. Deadpool just came out, which she was in as well. You know, It Ends With Us was supposed to be, if not the biggest movie that everyone's been anticipating. They've read the book. You know, this is a huge movie coming out, and I just don't think she thought people were going to come down that hard and take his side that much until she was too far in to the press tour, too far into saying things and being like, oh shit, like maybe this isn't the best thing to do. Because I mean, she has not said like anything towards like domestic violence or, you know, Ryle's character shouldn't be glorified, like, because that's what Justin is saying about this. And when people are like, oh, how was it playing this
like,
actor,
it was
and how is this?
He was like, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah. He was like, it's the hardest thing to, like, get out of that headspace, like, when you're trying to go home and do this and do that. And he's like, this, you know, actor should not be glorified whatsoever. Like, this is a terrible person. And I feel like Blake's like, oh, my God, go see this with your girlfriends. Look at the fashion in it. Look at this. Look at that. And it's just like...
Well, and then, too, it also kind of makes me... kind of, and I haven't read the books, but like I have so many friends that have, and they're like, oh my God, they are so good. But it also kind of makes me like kind of question Colleen Hoover, because she's the one that wrote the books.
Yeah.
And she's also just like, oh my God, grab your friends, wear your florals, like it's so much fun, it's a romance, like it's romantic, rom-com. And it's like,
yeah. So
you're the one that wrote the book, I feel like you should be like really advocating. Like, she should be really advocating for what this movie is, what this movie stands for.
Yes, but even before the movie came out, I mean, there was like a huge cancel culture around Colleen Hoover. How just the things she says, like the way she treats people, just like there's a huge thing of where people like were literally boycotting her books and being like, I'm not reading them anymore. I'm not going to watch this movie. Nope, not doing it. So pretty on brand for Colleen. I feel like she gravitated more towards Blake because, you know, fun to work with, cutie girl, you know, star of the show. And I think she just got lost in the ups of things of like, this is so cool, this is so fun, you know, my book has made it, it's now into a movie, and I just think she kind of lost sight of it, which is crazy. And I know because this book was literally dedicated to her mom, because this story was her mom's story that she was writing about, because she had lived as a daughter seeing and growing up with domestic violence in her household. Yeah. So, like, once you start getting into the nitty-gritty, like, it's pretty
just kind of makes you feel, like, icky for them.
Yeah. And it just makes you turn into this, like, Hollywood is just such a bigger thing than you ever think it is.
No, truly. And, like, I know, so Justin, I think he, like, he bought the rights. So, like, he had to buy the rights to be able to make the movie. And, I mean, in interviews, he's like, no, I'm not. They're like, are you going to do the second one? He's like, no, I think Blake's ready. Like, she can direct it.
Yeah.
And, you know, in, like, all of the interviews, everyone's like, oh, yeah, like, Blake 100% could direct it. And I'm just like, I wonder if they're going to come out with, like, the second one.
I bet they will, and I bet Blake will be directing it. I don't know. And maybe they won't, just because social media has been literally attacking them.
Like, I wonder if they would lose so much money on it, you know?
I don't think they would lose money, because even Blake said they had, like, no budget for this movie, and all the clothes she wore in the movie were, like, her clothes, Ryan Reynolds, Gigi Hadid, like.
But because like it makes me think of like the Hunger Games or like Twilight. Like their first movie like didn't have a budget. It's like you can tell like it's just not done as well. And then like the next movie, because it like does so well in theaters and like they earned so much money from it, then like they're able to like create an even bigger budget for like the second movie. I just wonder if with everything that has like kind of gone down, if they're not seeing like the box office numbers that they expected to see.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I'm curious to see how, once it starts to die out, if anything is ever like really said again.
I've never, so I mean like I haven't read the book, and I like wanted to go see it, but then like all this stuff like started coming out, so I was like, well, maybe I just won't even go to like see it in theaters and like just watch it when it goes on something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how it all plays out, because I think this was one of the first times that people were calling out Blake Lively and not in a good light, and I think it opened a lot of people's eyes to like what she's really about, or what she's been about through this whole movie.
And it's kind of just crazy because, I mean, again, I'm not hating on anyone, but, like, again, just surrounding, like, Blake Lively, it's always just been, like, girl power, like, which, yes, I mean, obviously it's been girl power still.
Right.
With, like, the girl gang that she's created through the movie, her Colleen, and then, like, the chick that plays the younger Lily. Yeah. It's like, okay, so, like, is she a mean girl?
That's what everyone's starting to say. That whole group that doesn't talk much, Taylor Swift included.
Like, is, like, and which is crazy because, like, they've never been coded as that.
Yeah. But maybe I don't know. I go so back and forth. Like, maybe this was just, like, a one-off weird thing where they thought this was going to work and they were doing it to promote the movie even more. And,
I feel like then she should have like doubled back, because the only thing she's posted like one story about domestic violence, and like these basically like these are the resources, and like nothing else.
It's all just been her new hair care.
That, or she's just like, well, she's more than like she's more than the domestic violence. It's like, okay, we get that. Like, your character has so many levels. That's fine. Don't keep saying that over and over. Like, you still need to talk about domestic violence. And, like, if you don't even want to talk about it, that's fine. Just solely talk about resources. Solely talk about, like, where women can go to if they're in that situation. Like, that should be highlighted.
That's what I'm saying. And I think there are way more women in this situation who need to get out than women who have
gotten out,
crossed that. And yeah.
I mean, and
so
like in the movie, is there any like either before or after? Like,
no, there's no, like, when you watch,
like, I would think that like at the end of the movie, like basically before the credits start to roll, there something comes up on the screen.
Yeah, like if you're suffering from domestic violence, call this number. Yeah, like you see, like, a lot in Euphoria when they were like talking about suicide and everything, it was always splashed at the end, like, if you need help, here's none of that,
which is insane. I mean, I don't really know, like, I just know what I've heard and like clips that I've seen on TikTok, so like I can't fully speak on it, but like it has truly blown my mind, the amount of backlash and just like how poorly she is being portrayed, and like how poorly she is promoting this movie,
and like how it's all being handled in the end as well. Like, you see the hate, you see what people are saying, and you're like, okay,
yeah, like whatever. And I mean, everyone just saying like like they're so focused on trying to make this like the Barbenheimer situation, when it's like no one was thinking that in the first place.
No, this wasn't a Barbie movie. Yeah,
no one was thinking about that. Like, you can't. the Barbenheimer thing has happened, and like it probably won't ever really happen again. It just worked out so well with those two movies. Like, you can't recreate that.
Yeah, no. I think it has really fell off, and I'm curious to see how they recover from all this, because I don't think it's going to be well.
No, and I mean, I wonder if her friends are like, what the hell are you doing? Like, number one, you look bad, but also you might...
We look bad.
Yeah, you might make us start to look bad. Like, you need to pull your shit together.
Yeah, no, I agree, but we'll see how all that goes, because I was kind of shocked. You know, I went and saw it when it first came out, you know, when I feel like not a lot of that
was happening yet.
That was happening, but now, like, looking at it now, I'm like, oh my God, like, that is actually
like valid.
Crazy. Yeah. No, 100% valid. So we'll see how all of that
plays out. Yeah, at the end.
Plays out in the upcoming months. But I did want to skip. I'm gonna skip some of the things I had on here. Complete 360 to a different hot topic. Kelsey's dad. Kelsey from The Bachelor, you know, who lost her mother, and everyone was like, oh my God, your dad needs to go on The Golden Bachelorette. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. He's 110% verified going on The Golden
excited.
Bachelorette. I'm so excited, but also, okay, this is going to be a hot take. If my dad was a widow and I had lost my mother, I don't know if I could promote my dad going on a dating show.
Yeah.
There's just like, I'm still so excited about it, and I'm so excited to like watch it, but there's just something in me that I'm just like, because everyone heals at their own pace. I'm not saying, I don't know. I don't know. But like, when she was on The Bachelor, like, her mom had passed within the past few years. Like, it was still kind of fresh. Like, I'm pretty sure it was, like, within the year.
I think it was a couple of years.
Okay. But, anywho. I don't know. It's just weird. But, like, I'm still so excited.
So, my prediction is he's not going to get chosen. He is obviously going to be, like, a favorite, and, like, he's going to make it far, but he's not going to, like, make it to the end. And then I think that they're going to ask him to be the Golden Bachelor.
110%. There's no way that does not happen.
Yeah. But, kind of speaking of the Bachelor, Bachelorette universe, I saw just recently that I have not watched Jen's season. I haven't watched it at all. But I do know it's not over yet. They've already released the next Bachelor. And it's mid-season.
Oh my God, they have.
Yeah.
You're so
Everyone
right.
is like, what? Like, what is happening? Like, the season isn't even over yet. Like, why are you releasing this now?
Probably because views aren't what they want.
That's what I'm thinking.
That has to be the reason.
Because everyone was so pissed.
He's already, like,
everyone
booted off.
Everyone wanted either Daisy, Maria, or Lexi. Those three weren't. They declined. So they went with Jen, and no one really cared. I haven't seen anyone even talk about the season.
No, I haven't even thought about watching it.
Last season was just so insane. It was everywhere.
I haven't even seen TikToks on this one. Like,
no.
I don't even know what's happening. I think a few months ago, it came out that, like, one of her ex-boyfriends, like, came on.
That's the only thing I've seen.
Same. Other than that, I have no idea.
They were her ex-boyfriend of 3 months. They dated 3 months.
Come on.
3 years ago, too. 3 months, 3 years ago.
They just wanted
it's a
that
reach.
The hook and pull at the end. Like,
no. I know it's over, obviously, but, like, it's still airing. So they've already announced who's going to be the next one, which the season is still going. I I think right now, like, there was no hype with Jen's season. I think a lot of people are looking forward to the Golden Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
Because of, like, who it was. Number one, I don't know who it is, but I saw a clip of her. She's a hot mama. That's all I have to say.
No, I agree. I literally just saw the clip today.
Yeah, she is gorgeous. But, yeah, no, I have not watched at all this season. I just was shocked. Like, there's so much more hype with, like, the men that are being released for the Golden Bachelorette versus when the men were released for the Bachelorette. Like, I kind of feel bad for Jen.
I feel bad for Jen as well, but I also think it was during such a crazy time that there really wasn't time for anticipation, you know?
Yeah.
There wasn't time to, like, really look at everyone and do this and do that, because you were still focused on, oh, what is Daisy doing now? Daisy's going on all these podcasts. I'm going to tune into that. Oh, what's Maria doing? She's going on all these podcasts too, and she's posting that. Like, everything was just everywhere, and everyone's eyes were never on her, sadly.
Yeah.
So I am curious to see what the ending is like, if she does end up with someone, but
yeah.
I don't know, and I don't really care.
Neither do I.
Sorry, like, I was not an interesting season. Nobody's talking about it, so I'm not gonna watch.
You know what I think that they needed to do? Because, like, I
pay Maria the amount she wanted.
I also do feel like, so they've done this before where they took a guy that, like, didn't make it on, you know, this, he wasn't the end game, whatever. And then he was like, no, I'm not, like, or he wasn't asked to be the Bachelor. Well, then, like, a couple seasons go by, like, Bachelor, Bachelorette, they bring a guy, like, from, like, a couple seasons ago to be the Bachelor. I feel like they should have done that.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, there wasn't that much hype around Jen's season, and, like, I don't know who the guy is. And, like, I think that they should have, like, pulled someone that, like, might not have been ready, but then, like, had, like, a really big impact in a previous season, and they should have asked him.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree, because they've definitely done that before, and, like, restarted that all over, and his second chance at love, and he's really gonna find it.
And I think another thing that didn't help Jen's case was the previous Golden Bachelor and his lady filed for divorce right after Joey's season.
That was crazy.
So that didn't help.
Last but a day.
No, yeah, so that did not help Jen's case at all, because everyone was like, what the hell, they're getting a divorce? And then Cameron, Hottie McHottieson, Cameron, whatever his name is, he's the hot one.
Who?
Cameron. Hannah Brown's season. Going home with Cameron.
Yes.
What's his last name?
I have no idea.
Tyler Cameron. Oh my god. Tyler Cameron.
Oh, there was definitely a Cameron on.
Anyways, Tyler Cameron.
The hottie.
Hottie McHotterpants.
Would never sign back up.
Oh, no.
Ever.
No. He would never. But he made the comment of the Golden Bachelor being like, he has tarnished the Bachelor's name. Like he literally just spit on, like, the Bachelor whole corporation. Like, shame on him. He was like, literally, shame on them. Shame on them that they're getting a divorce. And I'm like, damn, Tyler Cameron? That's kind of crazy.
Oh. God, I love him. If you're listening, please date me.
He's so hot. God damn. He's one of the hottest to ever come out of that company.
100. I will move to Jupiter right now.
Oh my god.
And you can remodel our house, and it can be whatever you want it to be.
Literally sexy daddy. But yeah, that's what I have to say about The Bachelor, right? The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Corporation. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so we'll see how the Golden Bachelorette goes. Obviously, this is the first, like, golden woman who's coming on here. And we'll see how far Kelsey's dad goes. We'll see if he enjoys it. I don't know. I'm curious to see like what the vibes are of the men coming on.
I have to say it. I have to say it. The men are silver foxes. Half of them, I was like, obviously. I was scrolling through. I was like, damn, like you're hot.
Can I sign up for this?
Oh god, like, am I too young? Am I
into older men?
Can I be the Golden Bachelorette? Even though I'm not golden. Oh my God. They were foxy.
Yeah, no, not at all.
They were so foxy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I've only seen a few, but I need to go through and kind of catch up with everything because I'm excited to see this one.
And to some of their like occupations, like because obviously they're retired, and one of them was like girl dad. Like I'm just like a retired girl dad. Like that's all I do all day. And then like like they were so cute. Like some of them were like veteran, retired NYPD officer, and I'm just like, I just like they make me want to cry.
No, literally. I'm so excited to watch that, and I think that's one thing like I'll actually sit down and watch and keep up with because this past season...
God, it's so cute.
Yeah, and everything just makes me cry when old people are involved. Everything. But whatever. But okay, I think that's all we have for our episode today. Just one big mix-up of what's happening in pop culture right now, and the things to come for the future. So we'll have to tune into the Golden Bachelor and or Bachelorette, sorry, my apologies, and see what that's all about.
Yeah, we love you so very much. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you don't already, make sure to head on over to YouTube, hit subscribe, like, turn on those notifications. We release most every episode, unless we are having some camera issues, over on YouTube so that you can watch and listen. And then make sure to check out our Instagram and our TikTok at Fashionably Broke Pod. Also, make sure to hit follow on Kassidy and I's personal pages. And we love you so very much. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Bye.